So does Instagram followers really matter? In this video, I want to briefly discuss, how important it is or how unimportant it is to gain more Instagram followers. Now, just a real quick update. In another Instagram video I did, I think maybe like a month ago, I had talked about some of the tools and things that people do in order to grow their Instagram. Now, those are things that people actually do to grow their Instagram, and some of those things that people they don't tell you because they feel like you might judge them if they told you, especially if it's an unorthodox way. But Instagram has recently been doing a lot of changes. People, they call the algorithm changes, rules, etc. So you want to be careful in those things that you're doing, especially if you're trying to use other software and things of that nature. Like I said before in the video, I don't have any to recommend to you. You'd have to do your own research, but you also have to assume the risk with that as well, because Instagram, apparently they're trying to crack down on, the different softwares that people use that kind of bring about false engagement or that, it's just kind of faking, all the different fake stuff that kind of happens on Instagram. I know what I'm talking about. And so basically you want to just be careful. Now, if you don't know, Facebook, they own Instagram, they own WhatsApp and Messenger and many other companies. They actually have a directory of third-party companies that they use. And so what I'll do is I'll actually link that below, so you can go on there and you can actually search and you can see what they allow from Instagram. There's not too many apps. One of the apps I actually use to do maybe automated posts, if I have the time. But simply just be careful in those tips and strategies as you're learning more about Instagram and things of that nature, because they're making a lot of changes. So that's why I want to make this video, because a lot of people get so caught up in the craze of wanting to gain their following that they oftentimes will do whatever it takes to do that. And I definitely understand nothing's wrong with wanting to have more followers, have more people on your platform, etc. However, you got to have a purpose and a reason behind it. So to answer your question, is the followers that you grow on Instagram, is it that important or not? The answer is yes and no. Well, yes, because depending on the type of business you're trying to grow, if you're in an entertainment business, trying to make people laugh or share funny content, things like that, or to where you want to be able to take your platform and then offer it to others that are on Instagram after you've grown a certain amount of followers. A lot of people do that, where their platform actually is something where you can go to that platform, you pay them, and they will promote your content. That's actually another growth strategy. But if you want to create an Instagram like that so that you can make money in sharing a specific type of content on that page, then yes, followers do matter a lot, especially in entertainment, because you're looking for different ads and different corporations to reach out to you, and they're going to reach out to you based off of the amount of followers you have and the amount of engagement. Especially the engagement is what they're looking at the most. So in that context, yes, it does matter, but also in the same context of wanting to grow a business, it also doesn't matter. And so what do I mean by that? Well, simply some people, and it seems like a majority of people that want to grow their Instagram, their followers and things like that, they really don't have a reason. So they just want to be popular. They just want to be seen. They want the attention. They want to have that conversation like, oh, I have 150,000 followers. Now, if that's your goal, that's not a good goal. And so if you're going to grow your platform, you want to have a purpose. But here's the thing, sometimes people get so caught up in wanting to grow their platform that they forget to put in the work. And so if you put in the work, you put out the work, learning about, how to put out even better content, putting out content, those things that you're passionate about, sharing, not just sharing, content that everybody else is sharing, but sharing from your own perspective, depending on how your page is, but being able to put that information out there, put those pictures out there, that work, that whatever it is, videography, photography, whatever it is that you're putting out there, being able to do the work and put those things out there also will cause your platform to grow. So if you think about that more than you think about, oh, I got to gain more followers, then typically what's going to happen is you're going to build your business and you're going to gain a really true following. Now, here's the thing. You can have a lot of followers and people are not engaged with you, but then you can have followers, not as many, and they're all engaged with you, or they really like your content or what you have to offer. So in business, that's going to matter more, because sometimes people look at the quantity, which is, like I said, there's nothing wrong with growing it, but sometimes they forget the type of people that may be following and that actually may want what they actually have to offer. So I always like to give these examples to some of my clients, but just here's an example. So let's say, you want to make, $10,000 a month from online. Well, how many people does that actually take, and how much product do you have to sell for that to actually happen? Well, here's a scenario. So if you have a product that is $10,000, then all you need to do is sell that once, right? Okay. So if you have a product that is $100, how many times do you need to sell that? And so let's take it a step further. Well, what if you have a product that is $1,000? Then you only need 10 sales a month. So if you have any income goals, you can see it doesn't necessarily take you millions of people for you to hit that goal. It just takes you having the right people following you. So if you're someone right now sitting with a product that's $500, then how many sales do you really need a month in order to hit, the income goal that you desire? So yes, that is a thought that you want to take into account, but then also you want to take into account to make sure that you don't slack on, your work, don't slack on putting out good content, bringing value to people so that they would want to buy from you. Some of the best success stories, or people who have really been able to make a lot of things work for them online, are people who, yes, they did work on their following to an extent. They focused on their personal growth. They focused on the content, putting in the work, and then just being themselves. And what happened was, people started to gravitate to them, people started to discover them, and people fell in love with who they are and what they have to offer. So you don't have to be so concerned about I gotta get all these followers right now, but be concerned about making sure that you put in the work, because if you put in the work, then things are definitely going to work out for you, especially the more you learn about different strategies, different ways to just grow your business the right way, then things will work out well. So don't get caught up in the popularity contest and the attention contest, which is very popular now, that everybody just wants attention, but they have no real direction, they have no real purpose, no real vision, no real goals or anything. Don't get caught up in that. So purpose over popularity. So guys, be sure to subscribe, and I will see you on the next video. Peace.